Hi, my name is Steff, and this is my Grace Story Part 2. Some of you may remember seeing my story last year where I talked about my struggles with homosexuality and addiction to drugs and alcohol, but I just wanted to give you a little bit of what God's been doing in my life since then. It's really easy to believe that once we accept Jesus that we won't struggle with the same sins as we did before, but I find that in most cases that's just simply not true. And for a long time I was still struggling with addiction, although my heart had been changed towards the topic. It seemed like these things just never went away and they always made their way back around, and I fell into temptation time and time again. It was just like in Romans 7 where Paul says, I don't understand what I do. What I want to do, I don't do, but what I hate, I do. I was in church and community group physically, but my heart just really wasn't in it. And I just felt like a fake most times. When I finally opened up to a friend about what I was still struggling with and the difficulty I was having, she was so loving and gracious towards me. We sat down and made a game plan for how I was going to fight this sin once and for all. And that really helped and caused me to pause and think when I would be faced with these temptations. I got a hold of things where I hadn't stumbled for a few months in this way, but my relationship with God still hadn't really improved. I had always thought that I had problems in my relationship with the Lord because I was struggling with addiction or with other things, and in the absence of that, I realized that that just wasn't true. Right around that time, some friends and I had decided to go through Multiply, and when it came down to do it, I really just didn't want to because I didn't feel like I had Jesus, so I didn't think I even had a right to learn about sharing him with others. And to be honest, I just went through with it because I had already said I would. But to my surprise, within a few weeks, I could feel my heart changing, and I saw myself starting to look to God for guidance in everyday things. And I was praying more and learning more and praying out loud and in groups, which was something that I never did before. And God was just really showing me my purpose in life, and that he had a purpose for me, that my relationship with him was not based on if I had stumbled in addiction recently, but rather what I was doing each day to strengthen that relationship. Was I looking to him for guidance and trusting him in his plan, or was I still holding on to control and stomping my feet whenever I didn't get my way? So many times I have to just stop and say, God, I don't know why you have me here, and I don't know what your purpose is for me here, but I'll be present in this place until you reveal that to me. I want to encourage anyone who's hearing this, anyone who feels like they aren't capable of having a great relationship with the Lord, or that somebody else has a relationship that they don't have, and anyone who feels like it's too tough and they just want to give up, I just want to encourage you to keep going, to keep showing up even when you don't feel like it. Open up to somebody and let them know what you're struggling with and how they can help you. Keep seeking the Lord and waiting on him, and he will bring you to a place where you'll be so glad that you never gave up and that you never stopped pushing forward. I want to leave you with the same verse I left off my original Grace story, which is Philippians 3:12 and 13. Not that I have already obtained all this or have already arrived at my goal, but I push forward to take hold of that which Christ Jesus has taken hold of me. Brothers and sisters, I do not consider myself to have already taken hold of it, but one thing I do, striving towards what is ahead and forgetting what is behind.